House to Home, brought to you by Remax Diamond Realty.
All right, everybody, welcome to House to Home. And tell you what, for purposes of full discretion, I've been waiting to do this very episode a really long time, and let's get right to it because Liz and Gina from Remax Diamond Realty are here. And we, ladies, are going to break down a topic that we've been cobbling around for a while, some of the myths of being a realtor on Guam. Now, I know, everybody thinks that, obviously it is a very glamorous life. It produces incredibly beautiful women and men, and you do make very good money. But let's go ahead and break down some of the maybe common misconceptions about your profession. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we'll start with you, Liz.
And Jason, I just want to say glamorous has a different definition for every person.
Okay, it's a relative thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All I can envision in my head is the day that Liz and I did an open house at a duplex in Jonia. And every time somebody says that to me, I envision us shoveling stuff out of the toilet bowl
to get it ready
before the open house started. 2 hours.
Nice.
We got there early, and someone left us a surprise in the toilet, and we had to shovel that out before the open house. So there you go for glamorous.
That's about, yeah. That's
glamorous.
Right up there. That's Park Avenue as far as I'm concerned.
There you go.
Okay, so myth number one, ladies. Getting a realtor's license on Guam is as easy as getting a driver's license. Now, I know a lot of people just say you have to take a class, you have to pass a test and everything like that, but how difficult is the test and how intense should you prepare?
Well, if you study for the exam, because there are two parts, there's the local and there's the state. So there are classes that they could take to prep for it. However, the parts of the exam is not necessarily stuff that you will use on a day-to-day basis doing real estate, but you do need it to get your license. So yes, you do have to study. We recommend that they take the class. In fact, the class is required. You need so many hours in order to get your license. So yeah, there's a lot of preparation. It's not as easy as some people think it is. And there's so many fees involved as well.
So it's not free also.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Gina, would you agree? Because I know a lot of people kind of liken getting a realtor's license locally to the test towards becoming a notary public, which also is not easy. You have to study for that one.
That's right. They're the same. If you treat it seriously, I think you'll pass the test. But I've noticed the people who've called me to say, they either have a difficult time taking tests, period, so they have a hard time, they really need to focus. But the ones who don't take it seriously, the ones who think it's as easy as getting your driver's license, I find they don't pass the first time around.
Do either of you know what the pass-fail ratio is generally? Or?
I think at one time they were saying that the percentage of passing was smaller than the group of the people in the class.
So the majority don't make it.
The majority don't make it. It's a small percentage that do make it.
Well, at least you're turning out quality realtors who know their stuff.
Right.
Okay.
And as time progresses, of course, I'm sure that percentaging gets better.
Okay, so once you get your license, this goes right into myth number two. Gina, we'll start with you. As a realtor, you only work 3 hours a day and you'll be able to retire in 4 years' time. I could probably answer that.
Can you introduce me to that person? Because I'd really like to know how they're pulling it off.
This was by Pete from Santa Rita.
No, you know what? I'll tell you. I think I got my license in 1986, 87, sometime in that time frame. And I've never worked less than 8 hours a day, if I can even just pull off 8 hours. Real estate agent, I think most people think we don't get off work because if I answer my phone call, I could be answering that all night long. So I have my, after 7:30, I'll answer my phone, or if I recognize the number and I know it's long distance, I'll take phone calls as long as I'm awake. I refuse to wake up to answer a phone call. That's just, to me, rude. But no, I tell new agents, don't expect to have working hours because that's not how it works. You work when your customer needs you to work. It's a full-time job, and the definition of full-time is anytime they need you. So no, it's not going to happen. If you're not prepared to put 100% plus, you're not going to make a lot of money.
I guess a lot of people just think because of the volume you're working at, you close a deal on like a $300,000 home, and by some mathematical equation they say, oh, the commission must be out of this world. So
actually, if you calculate the hours spent for that commission, sometimes it takes 3 months, 2 months, sometimes 6 months, sometimes a year. So by the time you calculate your income, it really doesn't compute to to that much.
Hence the need for you to
Yes,
work very,
yes.
very hard. Well, this goes right into the next myth. Somebody asks, I can work realistically as an effective realtor only part-time. Now, would this be true for maybe stay-at-home moms or people that work as teachers or
You
things
know,
like
we always tell, at least our agents, to be effective because people are relying on you. They expect customer service, and you have to respond and get information to them, do showings. Now, there are people out there who do part-time job, and you know, some of them are effective, but it does require a lot of their time. I mean, just for myself, ask my husband. He will tell people, either get that phone, graft it to your ear, because we're constantly helping people, or even at home, sometimes I don't go to bed at night till 2, 3 in the morning because I'm providing a service. I'm calling people in the States, I'm doing research, I'm providing information, I'm providing reports. You got to get it done. So the service comes from us, and you as a client have expectations. So if you're part-time, I would recommend, if you're part-time, you have to really focus on the service, because 90% of our business is referrals. If you do a good job, the business will come back. So even though you're part-time, if you do a good job at it and you're focused, you could make a living, an extra living, supporting your day job. But because I love it so much, I tell people, do it full time. You know,
Yeah, well,
go for it.
Our office doesn't. Our policy is we don't take part-time real estate people.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason we have for that is we want the customer serviced when the customer needs to be serviced, not when the agent is available. And that's just always been our philosophy. If the customer needs to be taken care of, we don't want them to wait until you're off from another job to take care of them. But Liz is right. I mean, if you're working real estate on a part-time basis, then you might be giving really great service, but it's part-time service.
And that's spoken like a true professional right there, and obviously very licensed and very tenured members of our real estate community. So thank you very much. We got to do this again. This was fun.
Yes, we need to
Thank
get
you.
the info out.
All right. Well, stay tuned, everybody. We are back.